So a little over a month ago, I visited back to my homeland, Japan. If you've been completely living under a rock and have no idea what's going on with the watch world, Japan is one of the best places to buy a watch just because of the weaker currency at the moment, and not to mention the major brands that are established in Japan and having JDM models as well. During this trip, I had full intentions of buying a watch and I wasn't going to leave without one. But to be honest, I didn't exactly know what I wanted. Dive watch, everyday watch, dress watch, I didn't really know. So I thought I'd take you guys along my journey of my one watch hunt in Japan. And honestly, I think it was kind of unexpected for me to get this watch. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Gone to Watches. My name is Koda, and if this is your first time watching, here we do top 10s, reviews, and I guess talk about watches that I got in Japan now. So if that's something you're interested in, follow along the journey and subscribe. Now this journey starts on a 9-hour flight from the land down under Australia as we head over to the land of watches in Japan at Tokyo. Tokyo is a great hub of finding wide selections of both new and used vintage watches as well. And I was pretty much open to buying either, but leaning more towards the new. Within Tokyo, Nakano Broadway, Shinjuku, and Ginza are the three main shopping districts to go for your next timepiece. And so that's exactly where I was heading. Sort of. A majority of watch brands within Tokyo have Ginza as their main flagship stores just because Ginza is one of the premier luxury shopping districts within Tokyo. Part of the fun with watch hunting, I believe, is also window shopping. The good old window shopping doesn't hurt the wallet because you don't have to pay for anything and then you just have fun looking at these nice watches that you can't afford, and I'm like too broke to buy any of these, but that's okay. I love just looking at these watches that some of them are my grails, my holy grails, and looking back at the footage, it really makes me inspired to work hard and finally get a grail watch. Hopefully, one day. Grand Seiko, please, one day. I don't normally go watch hunting in Australia as there's not much of a wide selection and it's not easy to find certain watches just because you have to go to certain boutiques to find these pieces. But within Japan, you can literally find Grand Seikos like McDonald's. It's pretty easy to find. But just with the easy accessibility within finding these nice timepieces, it really just makes the experience a whole lot better just looking at it with your own eyes. Unfortunately, I had to go back to reality and tell myself that my wallet will literally cry if I make irrational purchases. So off I went to somewhere that is far more affordable for me, where I know they have an extensive range and various price points for me to select. And that is it being Yodobashi Camera or Big Camera, both being electrical retail stores within Japan that are like big chains. You can pretty much search it up on Google once you're in Japan and you'll find most of them within a 2-kilometer radius of where you are because they're so common. Everything in Japan is so close. It's like you're encouraged to walk, and hence like I did like 20k steps or 30k steps a day. I certainly did my cardio, alright? As I was already in the area of Ginza after doing some window shopping, I was already close to the Big Camera near there. And I was hoping that they would have a larger selection just because it's Ginza. I got a bit carried away as you do with a 9-story building, looking at camera gear as I'm also into that. But eventually we made our way to the floor that was filled with watches. In the back of my mind, I had certain criteria that I wanted, for example, it being a Japanese brand or a JDM model that you can't really get in Australia. So naturally, I was thinking the big four of the Japanese watch brands, so that being Citizen, Seiko, Casio, and Orient, just because they have a wide range of price points as well to select from. When I checked out the Orient lineup, they looked very elegant and it was quite nice, honestly, but it was a dress watch for the most part that I was looking at, and I wasn't really interested in dress watches at this point in time. I did get carried away again looking at Grand Seikos, literally daydreaming. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Most of the Seikos displayed were already ones I could purchase in Australia or just something I wasn't interested or something I could afford at the point in time. So definitely not Seikos this time around. Citizen's lineup, also the same story. There wasn't just something that was interesting for me or the dial size was just too big for me to go with. So then I looked at Casio. Now Casio has different brands or sub-lines, I say, it being like Oceanus and Edifice. Oceanus focuses on sophisticated timepieces that tend to have like an ocean-like color palette of blue incorporated in their design, which I really like. I wasn't really satisfied with the prices. It wasn't something I could really afford. And that's when I found the watch I wanted. Now, Edifice isn't normally the line of watches I would actually ever go for, but Casio, up until this point, has ever really been known for producing quartz watches. They come in forms of digital watches, solar-powered battery quartz, radio power quartz, pretty much everything quartz. But it's all recently changed in July, August of this year when Casio had surfaced an all-new model, the EFK 100 Casio. It was Casio's first ever mechanical automatic watch ever released. That's crazy to say. And honestly, when I did see this watch online initially, I didn't really think of it much. I wasn't quite interested in how it looked, and I think I was proven wrong the moment I looked at the watch in person. Priced at under $250 it was pretty much everything I was looking for within this affordable price point. It looked amazing with the sharp design language, with an integrated sport bracelet, with a subtle but beautiful textured dial, and overall a great value watch for the money. So while I had the watch adjusted by the retail worker, I was also coincidentally wearing another cheap Casio, a lot more affordable, mind you. Now I won't lie, on first impressions when I did try it on, it was quite loose. Even now I'm readjusting it myself, it was a bit too small for my liking, a bit too tight for my liking, but nevertheless, I loved it and I purchased it knowing that it was going to be a tight or loose fitting. With the tax-free being 10% off with an additional 7% off coupon that you can get from tax-free JP, definitely check that out at Big Camera. The watch came down to 33,000 yen, which roughly converts to $215, which I think is pretty good. It is now the month of October, and if you haven't heard by now, this watch does have some mixed opinions for sure. Now with a lot of the issues entailed with this watch, I honestly do agree with the opinions of the reviewers. With the main downfalls being the lack of micro adjust, creating a difficult fitting, the lack of anti-reflector coating on the sapphire crystal, creating this almost dull look to the watch in low light areas. It's very much so subpar lume and very thin lume to begin with. But at the end of the day, as long as you love it, who cares? And the fact that I'm still wearing it right now is proof that I just love this watch. This watch is not perfect by any means, but to me it holds a significant value beyond the price tag of this watch, something intangible, and that is the sentimental value it holds to me personally. See, one of my goals this year that I set for myself was to solo travel. It was something I was always afraid of in concept, to just be alone, when in reality, being an adult means a lot of our time will be spent alone. Doing the everyday mundane tasks of doing the laundry, buying groceries, cooking at home, eating at home, alone. I had always feared how I would spend time alone, let alone traveling overseas alone. But as I'm Japanese, traveling to Japan was like the easiest gateway for me to travel solo and embark on my solo travel journey. This solo trip was a testament to going outside of my comfort zone, to learn to be okay with spending time alone and discovering what exactly I enjoy doing in my own company. Similarly, I felt that this was fitting that it was also Casio's first time ever doing an automatic watch, and it being released in the same month that I was traveling to Japan and my birthday month being August, I felt like the stars aligned for me to pretty much get this watch, and I couldn't say no to this opportunity. It felt like the world wanted me to get this exact model, and I think I made the right decision. I have no regrets. This watch symbolizes my first travel overseas alone, and I think this is a special moment for me. And though I'm very much aware that it has its fair share of criticisms and many mixed opinions about this, at the end of the day, if a watch makes it onto your wrist and you're wearing it more than it is left out in the box, I think it means something special enough for you, personally. I think buying a watch should never ever be for external validation. You shouldn't buy what people tell you to buy. You shouldn't avoid buying what people don't tell you to buy, because you can ask different people about the same watch and everyone would have completely different opinions about it. So at the end of the day, the question comes down to, do you like it? Do you enjoy wearing the watch? So the lesson is, don't listen to watch snobs telling you to get XYZ or not to get XYZ. Just buy whatever the heck you like. It's as simple as that. My biggest advice as someone who's a watch content creator is to just buy what you like and just be open-minded as well. You can like or dislike whatever watch despite what the majority tells you. And don't let content dictate or let it be like your North Star to this watch curation of what your watch collection should look like. And that goes for my content as well. If you like the watches I post on my channel, great. If you don't like it, that's totally okay as well. And that is the beauty of free speech, everyone. You can like and dislike whatever you want. And to get back onto topic quickly, as advice for finding watches in secondhand markets, Nakano Broadway. I didn't manage to have time to check it out, but I've heard there's a lot of extensive range of different brands from around the world. But I've personally found some secondhand stores that were pretty good. I'll put the name of the store of the secondhand store that I found. They had lots of watch brands. I even had an Audemars Piguet. Like, what the hell, at a secondhand store? Like, you won't find that at an op shop here. There was Seiko, there was Grand Seiko, Rolexes. Like, yeah, Japan has crazy amounts of watches, let me just tell you that. I think secondhand stores can also offer hidden gems or uncommon finds and exhaustive models, which can offer a bit of a unique charm for customers, which I think will be a good experience for anyone really. But that's about it. If you are planning to travel to Japan anytime soon, let me know in the comment section down below what watch are you interested or hunting down when you're there. And of course, I'll provide a full comprehensive review of this Casio in depth. So stay tuned for that. But besides that, thank you for watching God Tier Watches. My name is Koda, and I hope you have a good rest of your day wherever you guys are from. Ciao!